Ladies and gentlemen and boys and girls, welcome back to the channel. Today we got another awesome video for you. I recently purchased some 3-inch carbon fiber intakes for the GTR and we're gonna get them installed today. Let's check them out and see how they look. Okay, so here they are. They've got a nice carbon fiber finish on them. These intakes are pretty sweet, alpha intakes. But these filters, I love this like honeycomb screen around the filter and then nice silicone couplers. I'm really looking forward to getting these installed. I can't wait because I also have to get a tune to run these intakes. So once I get the intakes on, I'm taking the car to go get it tuned. That'll be a whole nother video, but the car is gonna be so much faster after these intakes and that tune. So let's get them installed. Let's get this video started. Okay, so the first thing I did was I removed this front piece right here that usually is right in this spot. There's just these little tabs right here, and you just pop them all out and it should pull right up, super easy. Okay, so full disclaimer guys, I've never changed intakes on a GTR before. This is my first time, so I'm just gonna kind of make it up as I go along. So if something's out of order or if I make a mistake, bear with me because I'll figure it out. But yeah, this is how I'm gonna do it. Okay, so I'm taking off the intercooler piping because I'm sure I need to get this up and out of the way. So if I were taking off this upper intercooler pipe, I've disconnected this sensor and now I'm removing the bolts that hold the intake in place, and I'm just trying to figure out kind of exactly how I'm gonna slide out this intake. Shouldn't be too bad. Okay, we've got this little snorkel thing. That comes out. Okay. So here's the sensor that will be going back into the new intakes. Okay. All right, got the first one out. That really wasn't so bad. Okay, so we got the first air intake blocks out and the hose that connects in. So now I'm gonna try fitting the new intake in its place. Oh, no way, got it. Okay, that wasn't so bad. Had to figure out how to get this air filter down in here. Luckily, you know, these plastic parts kind of bend and move, so I was able to just kind of slide it right in. And what's really cool is, you know, this really is a cold air intake because it sits here up right behind this vent right here where all the cold air is going to be coming in. So it's really going to help. So this coupler is next. And I'll fit this tube onto the coupler. Okay, all right, this coupler is definitely not going anywhere. This coupler sits really snug on here, so that's awesome. Next up, I like to loosen these first. Also, when you put these on, make sure you pay attention to the direction of the bolt for easy access to tighten it down. Okay, so the next step that I'm on right now is trying to figure out exactly the best way to get the filter onto the tube and then the tube onto the coupling right there. So I've got the intake right here, or I've got the filter right here. So I'm just gonna slide the filter onto the tube, tighten it down, and then push it as far forward as I can, and then get that, and then get this tube into that coupler. So that's what I'm working on it right this moment. Okay, you guys, I've got some good news and I have some bad news. The bad news is you have to remove the front bumper, or not remove it, but you have to loosen the front bumper so that way you can get the intakes in there properly. So the bad news is I'm not gonna do a complete video on how to loosen the front bumper, but I'm gonna show you the gist of it. So check this out. You gotta remove the side marker, put some tape here so you don't scratch your paint. There's 2 bolts, one right around here and one right around here. And then you have to remove this, but we already had that off. Same thing for this side. And then underneath the car, there's holes, not holes, there's these plastic things that have, whatchamacallits, bolts underneath them, so you have to unscrew those too. But yeah, so that's kind of the gist of it. It's definitely a pain in the ass, so I don't want to go over it. The other thing too is, you know, now that I've got the bumper off, I need 2 hands to pull it back. So my buddy Josh is on his way to come over and help me and give me a hand with the rest of the install. So I'm gonna get as far as I can working on the other side, and then when he gets here, I'm just gonna have him pull this back while I pop these on, tighten everything down. But I'm kind of in a hurry because I have to drive 2 hours to go get my car tuned, and I have to leave in like an hour, so I'm super stressed right now. Okay, so to help speed up the process, I've already got this side removed now. So just like before, just take off, you know, the hose clamps and slowly start wiggling all the pieces out. If they pop off pretty easy, that's like the easiest part of this whole installation. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start fitting in the new pieces over here, so that way by the time my buddy Josh gets here, again, we're just gonna pull this out and kind of pop everything, squeeze everything together, and then start putting it back together as fast as we possibly can. And just like that, we've got the carbon fiber tube installed. We've got the intercooler pipes back on. Still waiting for my buddy Josh to get here so we can connect these two. But again, it's so much easier when you can pull this back all the way. Gonna pop this side on. But this right here, these are all tightened down. Everything's looking good. So once my buddy Josh gets here, we should be wrapping this one up. Okay, and just like that, we got these upper intercooler pipes back on. I still need to get this guy on right here. That's super easy, but these are nice and snug. Everything else is coming along pretty good. So yeah, we're getting close to putting these on. And once we have these on, we're gonna get the bumper put back on, and then we're out of here. Now I got my buddy Josh here. He's holding this open for me. We were able to get this first one on. So now we're gonna work on getting the second one on. So watch how we get it done. Okay, I actually think that was it. Kind of slid right on. As you can see, it's much easier when you have 2 people. I don't know if you guys remember earlier in the video, me kind of standing here, scratching my head, wondering how the hell am I gonna do this? You need 2 people. So now we're gonna, I guess, plug these in, these sensors over here, and then we're gonna get the bumper installed, and then we're gonna head off to get the car tuned. So we're pretty much done with the install. We got everything taken out. We got everything put back in. Again, I highly recommend you do this with a friend. And don't forget, if you're putting on these intakes or any type of intake with a big air filter, you're gonna need to remove the front bumper. So keep that in mind and plan accordingly. Thanks for joining me in this video, and I'll see you in the next one.